All Skaven are divided into their own clans, where each one augments and exploits the inborn skills of every individual for the achievement of such goal. Engineers and brilliant minds are commonly taken by Clan Choyer. Those gifted with natural resilience and endurance generally pledge themselves to work for Clan Pestilence. The ones born with a primordial liking and aptitude for the ways of magic and science mostly spend their lives in the horrific breeding pits and flesh laboratories of Clan Mold. And finally, the light-footed masters of shadows among vermankind become assassins and special agents for Clan Eshin. However, out of all clans, no other has shown more dedication and success in being able to unite the Skaven race for a single cause than Clan MORS. This cause is none other than the Great Day of Ascension, the day where all of the Skaven race as a whole will emerge to the surface and take it all for themselves. Before we get to the lore overview of Clan MORS, we want to thank this video's sponsor, Keeps. It is known that by the age of 35, 2 out of 3 men will experience some kind of hair loss. Keeps is a subscription service that helps men keep their hair with specialized plans. These clinically proven treatments are tailored to your specific condition, hair goals, and then delivered straight to your door. Best of all, you get full 24/7 support in all treatment plans, meaning you have unlimited online messaging with specialized doctors to assist you without ever having to visit a doctor's office. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/thebook of Choyer or click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/thebook of Choyer. Life is short and expendable in Skaven Blight, and all have a role to fulfill, no matter how small, no matter how futile. In fact, all Skaven act in the interests of themselves, following their deeply egotistical and treacherous nature. Vermankind as a whole, however, never forgets its ultimate goal, the conquest of the surface world. With pestilence or warp lightning, with trickery or overwhelming might, it matters not how this objective is achieved. Meanwhile, the 4 great clans, Pestilence, Choyer, Eshin, and Mold, ascended to power through the means and blessings bestowed upon them by the great horned rat. They are left often wondering what exactly is Clan MORS' secret to keep their ranks uncommonly united and focused on their cause. This powerful clan doesn't exhibit any overcommitment to a single way of warfare when they do battle. Instead, they are versatile and can switch from one tactic to another according to the developments of their current situation. Also, they do not seem to possess any particular means of being overpowered, and this is because its clan strength and position of power isn't something that can be easily picked up. It's not a source of energy, magic, neither a secret weapon they have at their disposal. It is said by some that no other warlord clan is as powerful as Clan MORS. Its name, feared among all vermankind, is pronounced with care and constrained respect, even amongst the 4 great clans. But from where exactly does Clan MORS gain its power? The answer is one to astonish all vermankind: loyalty. They gain control over what is probably the most subtle and powerful tool of war: an unquestionable and unwavering loyalty to the clan. All members of Clan MORS are hardly bribed, and speak highly of their home and their leaders, while also showing a sense of belonging and fealty completely foreign to all other Skaven, who often recur to treachery and deception amongst their own ranks, always looking for themselves, and thus undermining the progress of their clan as a whole. The rats of Clan MORS believe in the leadership they follow, and they all work together into making MORS the most powerful clan in all of the Under Empire. They have common purpose. This is something other clans have a hard time understanding, as there has never been a place for honor in the Under Empire. All Skaven are consumed by a primordial need to survive and thrive off the violence and brutality they inflict upon their own kin. It's a brutal society, where feelings like pity, empathy, or remorse are completely unheard of. And that is why Clan MORS has a unique advantage over all other clans, where any other Skaven can be easily bribed or forced into betraying its master for their own gain. The same can't be said for Clan MORS members, and this makes for a deceivably powerful weapon. It needs to be said, however, that a concept such as honor in Skaven society, even in its best representation, remains a twisted and dark parody of its original intended meaning. In fact, betrayal isn't new to Clan MORS. It is just viewed in a different, maybe more pragmatic manner, if you wish so. To turn your back, sabotage, or outright kill a superior for your own egotistical gains is seen as an act of betrayal, and it is aptly punished. However, if such a gesture was committed to getting rid of a selfish superior whose motives were corrupted by its own egotistical nature, then on the contrary, Clan MORS would see to it as a great act, as it would advance the objectives of the clan. Furthermore, what makes Clan MORS stand apart from most other clans is its varied ways of warfare, where the 4 great clans are pretty set in their own methods of destruction. Clan MORS has proven time and time again to be extremely adaptable to any situation. Their forces have a heavier focus on armored infantry, hosting the biggest regiment of storm vermin in all Skavendom. Their chieftains and warlords have learned a vast array of tactics that they have been seen to employ into battle with great effects. Where the 4 great clans utilize devastating weapons of war to defeat their enemies, subterfuge to take down vital targets, or even poison and biological weapons to cause heavy casualties, Clan MORS takes great pride in the fact that they have no need of expensive machinery, are wild, raging beasts to achieve their goals in battle, resorting to simple, plain knowledge and effective tactics. This is why out of all Skaven clans, Clan MORS is one of the most feared for its unpredictability. Their leaders are great tacticians and masters of war, and few can hope to best them when at the lead of the unending hordes of Skaven that they can throw at any enemy. Few names in Skaven Blight instill more fear than Lord Notwell, the supreme and merciless war king, tyrant general, supreme ruler of Clan MORS. His story is one coated in bloodshed and greed. Without him, Clan MORS would have never become the great force it is today. He is one of the oldest Skaven in existence, thanks to the acquisition of potent elixirs from Clan Choyer, and as such, the clan has never known another leader than Notwell. Despite his age, however, his mind and body remain as sharp as ever. While he is dressed with the most delicate of fabrics scavenged from the world above, tailored by the most skilled slaves in all of Skaven Blight, he remains an imposing figure with a barrel-chested, muscular physique, still capable of moving like a warrior and thinking like a cold-blooded killer. He lives a segregated life in his imposing tower over at Clan MORS' quarters in Skaven Blight, guarded by a regiment of black-furred storm vermin, the larger and mightier of their kind. And from high above in his chambers, he plots the day of the Great Ascent to the world above, when he would bring Skaven kind to the ultimate victory. But every leader needs a right-hand man, or, in this case, a right-hand claw. And to Lord Notwell, second in command is no short of titles.
No other rat must slay more than Mimi. Any who attempt to outkill Mimi will pay. Get them! Get them now!
Warlord Queek, Headtaker, Lord of the City of Pillars, and Great Warlord of Clan MORS, is one of the best warriors among all vermankind, probably second only to his own master, Lord Notwell. He is a particularly egotistical and bloodthirsty being, whose legendary temper and might have made him infamous both above and below the surface. Gifted with an unnatural sense of courage and urge to accomplish even the most impossible challenges thrown his way. And as such, he displays the trophies of some of his greatest achievements on the trophy rack he brings along wherever he goes, strapped to his back. There can be found the hand of Baron Albrecht Kraus of the province of Averland, the head of King Krug Ironhand of Karak Draj, that of Warlord Icket Scratch of Fester Spike, and that of Warlord Sleek Sharpwit of Clan MORS, amongst many other noteworthy challengers that Queek has personally taken down. If anything, Queek exacerbates all the qualities Lord Notwell has instilled in his troops, these being a twisted sense of courage, pride, and loyalty. It is said that Queek cannot be bribed. He doesn't care for threats, no matter the dealer, and leads his armies from the front ever so fearlessly, instead of the back, much like the vast majority of other Skaven. He also thinks of himself as the greatest warlord to have ever lived, as all Skaven do. Unlike most Skaven, however, he is known to back up his claims as much as he boasts about them. But, together with all these qualities, the Headtaker is known also for his madness, showing a disturbing affection for his collection of severed heads that he keeps upon his trophy rack. At times, he has been seen talking to these heads when nobody else is looking, as if the skulls still retain the souls of those he slew in ritual combat, and are now acting as his personal counselors in defeating his opponents and winning battles. Those that would dare to touch his prized possessions have had their paws cut off by Queek personally as a punishment. Together with his madness comes his foolhardiness, for Queek has never been described as the most brilliant of tacticians. On the contrary, Queek has always been considered by Lord Notwell himself as a blunt tool to pursue his own goals. A Skaven, unlike most of his kind, that hates scheming as much as he hates politics and subterfuge, which is one of the reasons why he holds such a great disdain for the conniving Grey Seers and the sorcerers of other clans. As a result of his own paranoia, Queek has never trod the battlefield alone, for he is always accompanied by a host of infamous storm vermin named the Red Guard, captained by his second-in-command, Ska Bloodtail, an immense Skaven, even bigger than Queek himself. The Red Guard is feared across all of the Under Empire, as they are exceptionally good fighters, even able to come to blows against great warriors of other races. They are known to have taken down giants, they have killed kings and warlords, and they have even stolen sacred banners from renowned units such as Dwarf Ironbreakers. Queek Headtaker remains a truly terrible foe on the battlefield, availing himself of his bloodlust, skill, and fearless spirit. He truly is Lord Notwell's protege, one of his greatest tools of destruction, and one of the mightiest warriors amongst the verminkind.
Dwarf things. Look how they scurry to us on such little legs, racing to fight. We will give them battle. Yes. I'll take back Gouger and collect many beards this day.
The dwarves looked in disgust at the advancing Skaven across the vast tunneled passage. They moved as if the very rocks of the mountains and the dark passages were theirs, moving swiftly as if they were in their own home. But the depths of the mighty mountains and the holds of the Karaz Enkor were the dwarves' own place. The dwarf lord surveyed the battlefield, knowing that blood was about to run. The Skaven army was huge, their numbers greater than they expected. Towering above them, Queek Headtaker's rack of disgusting trophies defied the nerve and patience of the defending dwarves. Singing the songs of Verlea and sounding their war horns, the dwarves clashed against the coming tide of Skaven, armed with all sorts of weapons and armor. Waves of screaming Skaven hurled themselves at the stubborn dwarf warriors who fought back with unwavering determination. Reciting their grudges as they killed, the dwarves shattered armor and bones with each swing of their mighty hammers and axes, their blows always finding their marks. But for each Skaven that fell, 4 more took their place, and the fighting quickly turned to a bloody grind, as waves and waves of fresh Skaven found their way to the front lines. The tunnels that led to the main hall were suddenly packed with more red-eyed ratmen that intended to enter the battlefield and get into the action. As individuals, the Skaven would cowardly scurry away from any conflict. But when acting as a horde, they empowered themselves and emboldened their deadly intent. And with a battlefield so packed as this one, they were eager to get into the fight, to prove themselves to the clan. The crude war horns of the Skaven sounded all over the vast hall, drowning the voices of the dwarves and the sounds of battle altogether. The terrifying tunes and calls for battle were answered with thousands of screeches every time, revealing the true magnitude of the force the dwarves were facing. Queek Headtaker moved across the front line, barking orders and striking at strategic points with a surgical precision, often delivering deadly blows to many dwarves. He moved swiftly, with the proficiency of an experienced killer. He moved in and out of combat, and left almost no room for proper retaliation. The casualties of the proud dwarves were irreplaceable, each warrior fallen being a blow to their force, and a further insult to their race. Their dead bodies would often be quickly buried under the dirty paws and filthy corpses of the Skaven, many of them being devoured with their flesh still warm, or simply being carried away by the uncountable Skaven, never to be seen again. Many hours had passed since the first drop of blood tainted the hall floors. More and more Skaven entered the place, and they showed no signs of stopping. The battle seemed to have reached an end. But, despite all of that, the dwarves fought on, Surely by this point, many of them knew this was to be their final stand against such overwhelming odds. The banners of the proud dwarves were down, one by one, and their own war horns sounded less and less as time passed. Some of the Dawi fought even harder, avenging their painful losses and committing to the heroic last stand. Songs could be heard, and screams of defiance would rise above the chaotic noise. But this, too, was coming to an end. More and more Skaven enter the hall in never-ending lines. The fate of the dwarves was sealed. By the overwhelming weight of numbers were they defeated. Their heads, skulls, and relics would adorn the many banners and twisted totems that the Vermintide would rise up after their victory.
We will bring down their decaying empire, and the children of the haunted rat shall inherit the ruins. I will see that it is Clan MORS that emerges preeminent from this extermination. Finish them quickly. Go to help the others. Complete the tasks they will not be able to finish on their own. Clan MORS must look strong. Clan MORS must be victorious.
According to many of the great minds and philosophers that have walked the Empire, all men and women have a predestined role to fulfill. This is called predeterminism. In this vision, all who are born with a thirst for knowledge are meant to become mages, inventors, and sages of great wisdom. The physically adept are to be warriors, craftsmen, and upholders of the law. And the sharp-minded would be politicians, merchants, and ambassadors. Yet, if humans have built this theory, it is the Under-Empire which has put it into practice to the farthest extent. On this channel, we are putting together narrative Total War cinematic battles and Warhammer lore videos. A special thank you goes to our Patreon supporters who help us in the making of more content. You can also join Patreon and earn extra perks while supporting the videos to come. Find the link in the description below. Make sure to subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you on the next one.